Hello everyone, we are doing another deck tech, and today's deck tech is Isochron Reversal. Based around two cards, we have Isochron Scepter from Mirrored Block, which says when it enters the battlefield you may exile an instant card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your hand, and you can pay 2 and tap it to copy that card and cast a copy without paying its mana cost. Seems pretty good, basically allows you to recur an instant multiple times. And then we have Dramatic Reversal, which is an instant that costs 2 or less, so it can be imprinted on the Isochron Scepter. And it says untap all non-land permanents you control. So if you have Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal imprinted on it, then you can pay 2 and untap all the non-land permanents you control, which includes the Isochron Scepter. So by itself, not particularly useful, but if you then combine it with the Border Post cycle from Shards of Alara, you get to have infinite mana if you have 3 of these out or more. Essentially, that is a really good way of doing things. If you only have 2 of them out, then you can essentially generate an infinite storm count. So, what can we do with an infinite storm count? Well, Grape Shot is usually a really good way of finishing the game. If you get a storm count of 20, then you can just kill your opponent straight out with Grape Shot. Seems pretty good. Young Pyromancer can create infinite numbers of red elementals. So essentially, those are the 2 win conditions of the deck. We've got, and the rest of the deck is just to try and get you to that point. So, what have we got? Muddle the Mixture is a transmute card. It allows you to transmute this card into anything that costs converted mana cost 2, and all of these things cost converted mana cost 2, including the Isochron Scepter and the Dramatic Reversal. So having Muddle the Mixture is a really, really nice part of this. We've got Temple Bell, essentially just allows you to draw out. It is a semi-win condition as well. If your opponent overdraws, gets cards out of their deck, and then you have a Temple Bell out, then you might be able to mill them to death. This is non-targeted. It's going to be a slow kill, but it's there if you need it. We've got other counter-spell things. So we've got Delay. This basically counters a spell, but it exiles it instead and gives it Suspend. So hopefully you've already won by that point. Essentially, the delay is great here. Remand counters a spell, puts it into hand instead. So essentially maybe a Time Walk. Also allows you to draw a card, so that seems pretty good. Boomerang just allows you to bounce non-targeted stuff like ley lines because you really want your grape shots to go through. Tezzeret can find the Isochron Scepter, can find Temple Bell in a pinch, can find land the border posts. I say border post lands. Were of Invention, again, just another searching bit as well. And so that's the main deck. Mana base wise, we're just going basic islands. Most of the coloured mana costs are being sorted out by the border post cycles, so you shouldn't necessarily need to worry about that too much. Sideboard wise, we've got just a mishmash. It's not a full sideboard, so obviously, as we say, it's sideboard dependent, meta dependent, so stick in what you think is going to be useful in your meta. We've got some Echoing Truths that's going to take care of, say, tokens. Pyroclasm, going to take care of some small creatures. Lightning Strike, just randomly dealing damage, also costs 2, so that's quite nice. Extra boomerangs, extra words of invention. So yeah, it's a nice little fun deck. A little bit linear. You're going to be doing pretty much the same thing each time. So if that's a problem for you, then yeah, you might want to find a different deck that has different ways of winning and gives you a little bit more of a challenge. But if you just want to throw 20 spells at an opponent's face with Grape Shot, then it is actually a really, really interesting deck to do that. So yeah, that is Isochron Reversal. Hope you enjoyed it.